This large, formidable owl native to the Americas is widely distributed and common throughout just about the entire continent. With big yellow eyes and two distinct feather tufts on the head, it's hard to mistake this immense owl. Its size and ear tufts or horns are what inspired their name, Great Horned. This quintessential owl of storybooks has a curved beak and intimidating talons that, when clenched, requires a force of 28 pounds to open. Coloration varies depending on location. However, gray-brown to brown is typical, with very noticeable barring and a white throat patch. As is the case for other birds of prey, the female great horned owl is larger than the male, weighing around 2 pounds more. Typically, both sexes can measure anywhere from 18 to 25 inches in length, with a wingspan of about 40 to 60 inches. When it comes to migration, these owls don't typically migrate and are resident birds in their range. However, some individuals may wander long distances in fall and winter, with a few moving southward. An interesting thing about the great horned owl is that over 90% of nestlings that have been banded and later recovered moved less than 80 kilometers from their birthplace. They aren't very picky, found inhabiting nearly every forested and semi-forested region in North America. Secondary growth woodlands, swamps, orchards, and agricultural areas seem to be favorites of theirs, though. Wherever they make a home, open habitats like fields, wetlands, or croplands are usually present too. Unlike most other owls, these thick-bodied ones are common in cities, parks that have some woods, and suburban areas, even people's backyards. Just like how they aren't too picky about where they live, they also aren't too picky about what they eat. Their diet is highly varied, from extremely small when considering their size, to extremely large, like an osprey. Yes, they will kill one for food. I did read, though, that when attacking a larger prey, they can be seriously injured. Scorpions and tiny rodents are consumed, which is funny due to how large these guys are. You probably wouldn't suspect that from a great horned owl. For the most part, though, they eat mainly mammals and birds, such as rabbits, hares, mice, and American coots, but also many other species including voles, moles, shrews, rats, gophers, chipmunks, squirrels, woodchucks, marmots, prairie dogs, bats, skunks, house cats, porcupines, ducks, loons, mergansers, grebes, rails, owls, hawks, crows, ravens, doves, and starlings. Other sources, such as reptiles, insects, fish, and occasionally carrion, supplement their diet. Make no wonder they are so successful. To advertise their territories, great horned owls make a familiar sound we've all heard in movies or shows, the deep, soft hoots, which have a stuttering rhythm to them. Breeding pairs perform duets. If you listen carefully to a pair, you can tell who the female is and who the male is. The voice of a female is higher in pitch, and the male's much deeper. Another sound they make is a snapping of their bills when stressed or disturbed, especially when a threat like a predator or humans get too close to their young. When begging for food, little owlets make sharp screams. Adults can also make a whole host of other odd noises too. Great horned owls are very early nesters. Even ones in northern regions breed in late winter. It's thought that nesting so early gives the young time to learn hunting skills before next winter begins. Often they use old nests of other large birds, like hawks, eagles, or crows, usually 20 to 60 feet above ground. When using an old one from another bird, they do not do a lot to fix it up or add much, maybe some feathers at times, but not much else. Sometimes they will nest on a cliff ledge, in caves, in broken-off tree stumps, deserted buildings, human-made platforms, and also nest boxes specially designed for them. I guess they are just not picky owls in general. A pair may roost together near their future nest site for several months before nesting and egg laying. Their clutch isn't very large. Only 1 to 4 eggs may be laid, and they will only have one brood in a year. Incubation can last for over a month, roughly 30 to 40 days. Additionally, the nestling period is another 42 days. Although young owls are pretty much fully feathered and capable of short flights by 8 weeks of life, they remain with their parents all summer, being fed by them. It isn't until fall they leave their natal territory. It's clear to see why great horned owls only have one brood in a year, and why they nest so early. They need that head start to successfully raise a healthy brood that has developed the necessary hunting skills that will help them be dependent. Altogether, they spend an incredible amount of time raising their family. As with other owls, they are active at night, but even more so at dusk or early dawn. However, over the winter season, they may also hunt during the daytime. Mated pairs are monogamous and defend the territory together, with lively hooting that picks up in winter before egg laying occurs. It is very common for these owls to be mobbed by crows, ravens, songbirds, and even raptors who call loud and incessantly, usually followed by some dive bombing, chasing, and pecking at the owl. In most areas, numbers of great horned owls seem to be holding up pretty well. North American Breeding Bird Survey does indicate, though, that between 1966 and 2015, populations have declined throughout their range by roughly 33%. Their global breeding population is estimated by Partners in Flight at 6 million. Great horned owls were heavily hunted until the practice was abolished in the mid-20th century, but some illegal hunting continues to this day. As discovered from studies, it seems as though northern populations rise and fall in cycles along with prey populations. Another thing that can pose a problem for these owls, or any other bird of prey for that matter, is being poisoned by pesticides and other toxic substances that accumulated in their prey. This species adapts very well to habitat change, but only if nest sites are available. In the Pacific Northwest, they have expanded into open land recently created by logging. The great horned owl is the most impressive bird I've ever seen with my own eyes. Their intense stare with those deep yellow eyes, incredible size, and those talons give them such a fierce look. When reading up on how much they devote to their young, though, I'm left with a different impression. Yes, they are fierce predators, but somehow they also come off as big, gentle beings to me. What are your thoughts on them, and have you ever had a pair nest close to your home before? What are some other interesting things that I left out? Comment below and let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Happy birding!